Today on Uncommon Good MTG, we're playing a Dimir like bounce deck or something like that. It's interesting. It's complicated. You have to really think about what you're doing. If that sounds good to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, and I may be a doctor, but I'm not that kind of doctor. So please stop sending me pictures of your infected junk. Doctor, you can't suck it. Yes, thank you. Film for Alliance Studio Audience. Thank you so much. You can't suck it. Word to your mama. Let me say that again. Word to your mama. All right, so today I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by the MTGA-Assistant-Meta, and it's just called Dimir. It had a 64% win rate, thus I have called it Dimir 64. Good old 64. All right, so, and I played it a couple times. It was really cool. But it's one of those that's a thinker. So as you're playing it, you're putting cards out, you're bouncing cards back into your hand, you're putting things back out again. Everything's really cheap. So that's one of the benefits, is you're playing a lot of cards all the time. It was kind of difficult for me to play because it's not something I normally play. I haven't played this a lot. Wasn't quite used to it, so I had to kind of warm up to it as time goes. I would bet the more you play it, the better off you'll be, the more awesome you'll be as a player. All right, so let's get to it. Let's talk about the cards in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how this deck should work, and then we're going to go out and crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got? We got a guy that puts out an artifact that helps you go look, either pumps up other dudes or finds a land, right? All right, this puts out otters or helps you get back instants and sorceries from your graveyard back to your hand. Creature kill. This will force an opponent to discard something. They lose 2 life. This will bounce back one of your permanents back to your hand, and you get a 2/3 flyer out of the deal. You could flash this out, at which point you can put a stun counter and tap one of your opponent's creatures. So it helps to stun and tap something. Go for the throat. This creature kill. This does -3/-3 to a creature an opponent controls, and it gets rid of hexproof and ward for your opponent's stuff. Enduring Curiosity, anytime one of your creatures does damage to a player, you draw a card. And even if it gets killed, it still becomes an enchantment that gives that ability. Kaito is a weird ninja planeswalker. So you can ninja him in for 3, or you can play him straight up for 4. Ninja's super cool. And he comes out as a 3/4. You can plus him to give him +1/+1 until the end of the turn. You can zero him if you do damage to an opponent, then you can surveil for 2 and then draw a card. And then potentially you can tap target creature, put 2 stun counters on it. So he's got a good ability of stunning things or card draw. He's a weird guy that they can't really, I guess they can attack and he just has to stand there and take it. This allows you to bounce back either 2 of your opponent's stuff if you want to pay 5, or for 2, you could bounce 1 of yours and 1 of theirs, or you could just do 2 of yours, because there's a lot of stuff we'll have out that we want to bounce back to our hand and play almost immediately again. So that's what I'm talking about. You're bouncing things in and out. It's a crazy deck that way. We got man lands here, and a bunch of other dual lands that work relatively fast. All right, so that's it. So what are we going to do? We're going to get our guys out. We're going to try to accrue our mana. We only need like 4, 5 maybe to make this deck work, so it's not too bad. We'll be getting out cards that'll be pinning down our opponent's stuff, maybe bouncing things back. Enduring Curiosity and Kaito will be drawing cards for us. And we'll control the board and be grinding our people down slowly but surely. All right, so that's it. Now, before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sholdred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, playing against Nigel Raspberry. What are we doing next turn? We could throw out Nowhere to Run. Help us to just pin him down a little bit. Pop it up to maybe pick up another mana. Kind of wants to shoot him. All right, we got the mana we're looking for. We can now do Kaito on our next turn. He didn't attack. That was a mistake on his part. Ninja! And let's go see what we can grab. More mana. Yes. This first? Quite possibly. You gonna waste time going after Kaito? There we go. All right, Siren Spyglass. Let's pin down his hand a little bit. Thing is, he does not need mana. Well, this is all I could do. So the deal is what? Like, I just have to get rid of the Heartfelt Hero, take the hit from it. Put out my other guy. Are you scared? You can't be. I can't believe we're using his glimmers as our muscle. All right, bounce that back. Oh, what are we gonna do with that? We'll chew that guy up a little bit. That'll be nice. All right, we go after his hand. You know, he's going to go for the shot, huh? So I need to start landing some blows so I can start drawing some cards. Looks like he's out of creatures, otherwise he'd be throwing those dudes down. Oh, there's a creature. We got to pin his cards down. Get rid of it. Get rid of something you love. And here's the second part right there. Yeah, that was a mistake. All right, I got to do something with 2 right there. Can't flash this guy back in, but let's do this then. Yoink. All right, there we go. That's looking really good. Anything over there? We're going to go for the throat. That'll cost me 4. I'm not doing anything with life gain, so what do I care? Okay, I can take at least 2. Yoink. I can pin this guy down on his turn, so let's just focus on that. Use this to pump this guy up by 1. All right, mana. You know what else I could do? I can pump this to pump this up by 1. And it was another one. Oh, that's just ridiculous, but whatever. There we go. Drawn cards. Town ain't big enough, huh? I could do that on his turn. It's fine. Just bring it back, Jack. All right, so this guy can pop up as a 3, which means I can do 5 next turn, no problem. That's still not enough to kill him. You don't have anything in your hand, man. All right, what I'm going to do is we're just going to rip this guy apart. It doesn't worry at all, does it? I can do this at any time. Let's just do it. We'll take it in. Fear of Isolation. Draw cards. That's always even better, actually. 1, 2. That'll leave us with 2. Three. Okay, there's a lot of good stuff we could do. He's only got 1 guy. There we go. 1, 2. Boom, boom goes the room. That was a tricksy one. Victory! Rank up. All right, playing against DustyScarf. No to dragons. These guys are slow. Can't do anything for black, so we're putting out slow guys. I should put out the other slow guys, what I should have done. All right, let's just wipe his board. How does that sound? One, two, and 3 points. Cost us 4 to bring that back. These guys are going to town on me. All right, we'll pop that out so we can get this guy pumped up a little bit. That's an awful lot just to pick up an additional one single popo of damage. Yeah, he's just going for my blood. Winter Twin Power, activate! All right, I'm at 10, he's 11. He's just going for my face, and I just died. Wow, he pulled off a Higgidisu on me. That's nuts. And we're playing against Evan Carr, 77. In Vicar. 1, 2, 2 mana keep. All right, we can do stuff. Let's do blue then. I need to turn off that bear. He's kind of... I didn't catch him in time for the crystal. All aboard! All right, Spyglass. What do we have? This guy, 4. We got 3rd. Can't do this. This can stun something. Let's put it on the flyer. You have permanent evasion. That's cool. I don't know how this Kaito works. He wants to eat them. All right, let's go get some cards. All right, so that's still, let's pin people down. Draw a card. And this guy will help me draw cards as well. All right. And stun people. I can Inditsu him out, huh? For 3. All right. I can just pay for him. I'm not too worried about it. I don't have any bouncing going on. That's the big weird thing. This thing is full of bounce. I like to prep the trick-or-treating. You know, 3 knocks. 4th knock, trick-or-treat. This guy's not doing a whole lot. I'm kind of surprised. It's almost like he wants to wipe the board, but he doesn't care like the way that the amount of stuff we've got going on here. Let's see. We can draw a lot of cards. Bounce something back. Let's just so Kaito. I probably shouldn't have done that, huh? Whatever. Alright, we're prepared for another Kaito. Gotta learn how to play this guy. Alright, who can I bounce? I can bounce something back, I pin it down. That's all cool. Pinning is probably the cool thing to do. Flash, don't have it. He's only got 1 mana. Ooh, still, I could just pin that guy down too. It's fine. He's got 2 guys. Can I bounce and pin everything down? Is that the thing to do? Oh, these are my own guys that have to be pinned down. All right. There's too many options. I just don't know what to do in this situation. Let's do something like that. It's a 4/4. There we go. Oh, wait. Nope. Cancel. I can't pay for the whole thing. So I need 4 as well as that. I think I want to pass that one back. That sounds even more fun. Let's pump. All right, the Viper's all pinned down. You get rid of 1 guy with that. Cool. We got 2 flying guys. That's always good. And we win! In your face, Charlie Brown. In your face. All right, playing against Kwesi. Kwesi. Lots of blue. At least we got that black from the black shows up. Keep. I got a few. I got what? 2 non-creatures in there. Oh, let's see. What are we working with here? Floodpits or Fear of Isolation. Bounce some mountain things back. We'll put out the Drowner on the next turn. If he puts a creature out, we'll just pin it down. As one does. I see you click on these and we just fall in on top of those goofy Jawas that are hiding underneath the floor. Ninja! Get him! There we go. What can we do? We can pump him. That was tricksy. We get our drowner back. You can pin somebody. You want to kill Kaito, don't you? You just want to take him down hardcore. I assume this is part of a combo. He's not playing with any creatures. That is disappointing. What are you blowing there, taco stand? Victory! All right, open against Femi. Keep. Let's see. These are going to be painful. Let's just slam it down. Singleton 1. You gonna bounce it? What is the deal with that? You just want to draw a card. All right, good for you. Who wants to draw another card? All right, we got a lot of these Kaitos. He's gonna get 3 mana. We'll have this on next turn. We can get him out. Ninjutsu! Oh, more mana. Yeah, going without it, that's a little much. We'll just take 1 mana. 4 is all we really need. Draw your card. All right, we drew a card. We're going to do what? Draw another card. All right, so what's he going to do with that? He's unblockable, right? Cannot be blocked. He just wants to draw cards. I don't have a lot of ninjas around here. I don't know what Kaito's ninja ability is for. Maybe just card draw. Let's go put this one down right there. You know, we're not getting anything great, are we? Bounce. All right, give it up, and we'll give up this one as well. Auto A. That's a good card. Don't need the mana. And we have to discard at this point. Let's get rid of Kaito. All right, so he's only got 4 life left. He's got 3 mana. I think we got it. He's trying hard to find something to give himself. That's not happening, man. You got 1 mana. There we go. -3. Winner, winner! Victory dinner. All right, playing against. Looks like Oban 21. Your letters are obscured by the art behind it. No, Mascotron. Get out a nice little otter. What do we got in his way of? These are the non-creature spells. All right, 2. If going with the otter, it'll get killed regardless of what happens. So let's just send it in. You want to get rid of your cat? Nope. And we'll put out a nice Siren. Siren's turned him into a horny toad. Let's say sorcery. Yeah, let's pop it. That's fine. Land. Feel like blocking something? Ninja! There we go. All right, we got 4 land. We don't need 2 more lands. That's fine. All right, we gotta know where to run that guy. He doesn't like him. All right, there's our land. Let's put out a nice nowhere to run. Smoke it. Anything else we want to do at this particular point? We could bounce something back. All right, nice hits right there. He's at a 2, which means I can technically protect him with Fear of Isolation. Once again. And the big problem is that he has got to protect something. Nope, he's not going to protect anything. All right, Hopeless Nightmare. Is that enough? Yep, and we win. Victory! All right, we're playing against Pele. Okay, that's what we got for the first item. These guys require some dues. This is a 4. That's expensive. Feel your power. All right. Number 2, we can flash that out on his turn. Just as he'll love. Come on, throw out a dude. What do you got there? You want a dude. You want a dude badly. Put out a little guy. Ninja! And let's draw a card. Is bouncing going to be good enough? I'll tell you what I want is that. And let's just play with the bouncing. Bouncing is super fun. You get the timing right. All right, here's 4. I don't want to bounce you back. So let's just do this. Let's pounce this guy out. Use these other 2. That looks like fun. And super pump. All right, 13. Ooh, plenty to kill Kaito, unfortunately. We got 4 mana. I got 2 right there to bounce some stuff out. Isolation, return something back. Let's pin this guy down. And we got a guy out. I mean, nice to keep 2 mana open. Nice to have 5 mana open. I can bounce 2 of his guys back and he starts pumping them. That's not going to happen. There's a pump. Lost our guy. All right, so we got this guy again. You can flash that in. We just should probably wait is what we should do. Let's just do that. All right, we'll hold off to see what he does. He tries to shoot it or something. We'll just town it. No, he doesn't care. You want to block it? Ninja! And let's pump. All right, it's down to a single card. That's not for goblins. All right, here goes 2. Let's set this guy aside. Right there. Pump this guy up by 1. And take it in. All right, now we can back the Drowner and whatever else we want to do as an instant. He's a 3. Pump it. Pump it up. Pump it up. Mono Red does not have protection from this kind of stuff, so I'm not terribly concerned. Gone. He drew his card. He's got plenty of mana. All right, I'm gonna good game him. I mean, what can he do? Yeah, he's toast. And we win! All hail the Hypnotoad! All right, so here we are with Dimir 64, which I don't know what we would call it. Dimir Bounce, something like that. It was good. It was a good deck. I thought it would be very interesting. What was my ranking here? I think I got a 75% out of it. So yeah, I won, what was it? 3 out of 4 games. Good. It's a tricksy deck to play. You kind of got to get things in the right order. Everything's really cheap. This town ain't big enough. You're never playing it for 5. You're always playing it for 2 because you're always bouncing your own stuff back. Bouncing back one of their guys and one of yours, maybe. Bouncing back 2 of your things, sure, why not? Why is that? Because we are going to be bouncing back like nowhere to run like crazy and just keep bouncing that kind of thing around. Kaito was pretty awesome. He was muscle. He didn't really fit with the rest of the deck, but it was kind of fun playing with the ninja. Yeah, it was all right. All right, so let's get down to it. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? Let's just take a quick look in here. I'll come together. Yeah, I'm going to say it's like this town ain't big enough was fantastic because it kept bouncing things back. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. Thing is, I got to say, Enduring Curiosity was probably the MVP. No, I'm not here. The reason why is because I can say because it was a creature. It had flash. It was a 4/3, so it had some muscle. Even if it died, you can continue to use its ability. You drew cards like crazy. Kaito, I could ninja it in. It kept dodging to the side, which kept it alive. We could use it for 0 to surveil and draw a card like pretty much every turn. I'm going to give it to Enduring Curiosity. Kato's a little, he couldn't block really, and you had to deal damage to get the life gain out of it. Ninjutsu was kind of fun, but I'm still going to give it to Enduring Curiosity in this deck. I mean, the rest of these cards are great. They had their purposes. Nowhere to run, I was using that like crazy. But really, Enduring Curiosity was kind of the engine that you could kind of get. Once you got that out there, it had a lot of good value to it. And as you did damage, you were drawing cards. Kaito was also really good, but Enduring Curiosity you get a lot more of. So I'm going to give it to Enduring Curiosity. You were just a shade better than Kaito in this situation. But you were a little on probably the most expensive card we had in the entire deck. So anyways, what do you got there? Two-tailed cat. You're going to Disneyland. Congratulations. All right, let's see. Was this deck competitive? I ended up getting a 75% win rate. It did very well. So I'm going to say, yes, this is a competitive deck. Yeah, the Aether Hub said it was a 64% win rate deck. You know, whatever. It's something between there. 64, 75. You're going to win at least 2/3 of the time with this deck. Is what it looks like. All right, was this deck fun? Yeah, I think the thing I liked about it, look at that right there. 1 and 2, just completely overpounding it for the deck. very few things above that. So you were playing everything early, which is what I found fun about it, because as you got a lot of cards, you're able to play them early. There's a lot of good control going on. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, that was fun to play. Lastly, was it interesting? Yeah. You know, the thing is, I think I've been seeing decks like this being played a bunch recently. This is not in your, your top 10 meta. So it's not something that you're seeing all the time, but you're starting to see it a little bit more. I think that the way that you're bouncing your cards in and out, that you're going and fetching things back, you're even potentially bringing things back from the graveyard. There's a lot of good resource use here, and having to think about that took a little time and was a little frustrating for me. I always like to play aggro decks. You know what you're doing. This deck, you kind of had to really think about bouncing things around. If you're that kind of a player, you would love this deck. So it's not necessarily a control deck as much as a deck where you have to think about what your next move is carefully. A lot of people love that, and this would be your deck for you. For me, it kind of drove me crazy. I'm going to have to play this deck a bunch before I become fluent in it. Even to the part I played, I'm sure I made a bunch of mistakes, but I just wanted to show you a deck that I thought looked pretty interesting. All right, so there we go. Let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yes. Was this deck interesting? Yes, sirree, Bob. All right, so that makes this into an A+ deck, and as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.